3, 2, 1, and we are live in the podcast. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the Rap by Rap podcast. I'm still adjusting my equipment here. And we are going to go a little bit off script today. Reason being is that I have something to talk about and I must let it out because I think it's super important for both you guys and for me for therapeutic purposes. So welcome to the Rap by Rap podcast by coachjanos here. The purpose of this podcast is to help you guys get in exceptional shape and exceptional health with the information I have to share from my decades-long training and coaching experience. So let's jump right in. So, I had a conversation yesterday about with a friend of mine about their current problem. I'm not going to share about that exactly, but they are taking steroids, okay? Testosterone and masteron to be precise. And I was being told that, yeah, they sharing this and they know I don't like steroids. And straight away I replied that I actually don't have problem with steroids. I'm not against steroids, which is true, partly. Like I'm not really against people who are doing it. I wouldn't personally do it and I wouldn't promote it. I wouldn't recommend anyone to take any type of steroids. And I have very good reasons for that. But now, why did I want to talk about it? So, I in that chat explained that I actually have nothing against it. But I was thinking about it. This was last night, by the way, and since then I had give a little bit of thought to this matter. And I figured that I don't support the use. I knew that before. So, and everybody who knows me, follows my content, knows that I don't support steroid use. I don't want to use steroids and I don't recommend anyone. But am I against it? No. If somebody is doing whatever to their body, I believe with full honesty that it's their own business. Nobody has any say in that. If you want to ruin your body with whatever you want to do, you are free to do it. There's ton of people, billions of people on earth smoking, drinking alcohol. And yeah, do they destroy their body? 100%. I don't care about this kind of arguments if you're thinking that alcohol is healthy. No, fuck off. Like, it's not. It's never healthy. Wine, yes, red wine is the best example of everyone. If you'd say, but alcohol is healthy, well, look at red wine. Antioxidant contents. You can have the same amount of antioxidants you take from wine from grapes without the alcohol, which is toxic. Alcohol is toxic. It does harm to your body, for sure. And yeah, there are people who live 110 years while drinking every day. It's not because of they drinking every day, but in spite of they drinking every day. They are two different things. So yeah, the reason with these kind of things is is not something I like to get into. I mean, I like a good argument, so if you want to talk about it, please DM me and let's talk about this. I would love this to share study materials, etc. I love that, but yeah, now we are talking about steroids today. So yeah, steroids making you grow very well, giving you strength you would not get otherwise, helps you recover from your injuries even, and giving you even libido, charisma, drive to do things. A lot of business owners are on steroids. It's not a coincidence, guys. Steroids do work. Steroids are great for certain things. But don't forget that everything has a price. Everything. And steroids are no exception. So you can be on steroids, even minimal dose, and you can have all kinds of side effects. Like your sexual life might be a mess because of it. Or if not that, then you might get like some kind of skin conditions that are irreversible, or organ damage, worst case, or heart extra heart hypertrophy, which would result in your heart muscles be enlarged. And once you're taking anabolic steroids, you don't know where it's gonna take effect on. Okay, what organ will affect it exactly? How you react to it, you don't know. It's like a Russian roulette. Now, if your heart muscles overgrown, they are too big, they are enlarged from anabolic steroid use. The situation is that you know your heart is made up of chambers, which is supposed to help you pump blood. And now, if your heart muscles are enlarged, the chambers in your heart, these empty spaces, become smaller. And it doesn't matter if the chamber that is receiving the blood first or the one that is pushing the blood out last. It doesn't matter which one we are talking about. Whichever chamber becomes smaller is really, really bad for you, and that can have serious health consequences. Not to even mention that you might have to stop going to the gym for the rest of your life. So if you ask me if it's good for the long-term gains, no, it's definitely not. If Olympians use steroids, or serious athletes, pro athletes, I can kind of understand. There is also a big pressure from coaches and just the whole phenomenon that you're going you are training every day so hard for years and years, and let's say you get injured today, and 2 weeks later, or let's say, okay, more realistic, 3 months later, the Olympics coming up and you are competing and you broke your knee. Like, let's say your knee just bent all the way back, like the wrong way, yeah? Like it completely broke. You get it restored in a hospital, but can you compete with it? In normal cases, definitely not. Your one of the 2 chances of your life of competing in the Olympics is gone. Probably most people competing only once in the Olympics, so it could be your last chance, and it's gone. Unless you take some drugs. I'm not going to name them, but you can take drugs for recovering that in 3-4 weeks. And not just you're going to be able to compete again, which normally would be impossible, but you are going to be super strong. And you would say, oh, but it's going to be tested. You can avoid testing. Like, testing for drugs and steroids are basically just IQ test. Is not really test in the conventional sense. Okay, like it's not like you are you smoke weed or take coke and then 3 days later it's still in your system. If let's say you are taking steroids for 10 years non-stop, you acquire a huge physical advantage over other people, and then you stop for 4 years, you can compete on the Olympics. You have 10 years of steroid use, huge advantage compared to others, and nobody gonna tell. It's not gonna show on the test results. And also, it's not just going back like years. You can avoid the testing, like not just with years of stopping it, but for example, if you are stopping or just limiting the dose to the point where it actually looks natural on the test, And of course, if you're taking steroids, you're taking blood tests. You have to. You have to have the supervision of a doctor and a coach who understands this kind of thing. So it's not like you just injecting yourself random. You have to know exactly the values. So if you do that, for sure, it's really just IQ test. If you make sure that your values are fine for the test, you're gonna be fine. And often these pro athletes, whoever do this, would not take steroids for the while when the testing is happening. Often they would know in advance. Corruption, yeah, of course, it's everywhere. And after the test is done, boom, they go to the bathroom to inject everything they can because they have to, because they feel fucking shit, because their testosterone level is low, or whatever hormone they are low on is low, or just imbalance is completely destroying them mentally, and their sports performance is also shit. So these things are happening pretty often. Now, that said about steroids. So what's my opinion about all that? So again, anybody wants to do steroids, it's their business, I don't care. I won't recommend. I can talk about it a lot. I can talk people out of it. And if somebody wanna do it, still, like, it's not my business. And again, I will not do it. But my problem with steroids is not the use, and not that how great it is for some people and how dangerous it is and what kind of side effects you get from it. My problem with steroids is the image people have about sports after exposure to content of people who are using steroids without the disclaimer that they use steroids. So social medias, Instagram, full of these guys. A lot of people would take steroids or even just testosterone replacement therapy. You would probably hear this a lot these days because it's a very popular thing to do. Like, you are 30 years old, your T levels are a little bit low, and even if it's not low enough to to say that it's too low, your doctor will prescribe you testosterone. That's for sure. I guarantee you, if you go to your GP today, you tell them you are a male, you tell them you feel depressed and you don't know why, and you are going for blood tests unfasted. So basically you just eat something before the blood test. The blood test will bring you a result of the T levels, your testosterone levels, that they are like way under where it should be. Okay, you are low on T. Do you want testosterone replacement therapy? Boom, you got this. Like, you got it. You without a question, without extra testing, you're gonna get it. And yeah, it's not like the real thing. It's not like taking drugs properly for bodybuilding, but guys, it's huge advantage. And let me tell you, if you start that shit, it's the same thing. If you once been on steroids and because of that your testosterone production stopped, you might want to consider doing testosterone replacement therapy instead of just taking steroids all the way. Or if you have some kind of underlying condition or genetic or birth defect causing you to not have enough testosterone for being able to reproduce, then that's a real problem. Then you might want to again consider testosterone replacement therapy. But other than that, it's for abuse. And a lot of people do that. A lot of people abusing testosterone replacement therapy, and they sharing their results online, and they sharing what they achieved in 3 or 4 months. Amazing results, shredded abs like a fucking leaf on an autumn morning, it looks like. That's their stomach, obviously, and their bicep. And like, the thing is that it's super unrealistic, because like normal average Joes would look at these images, and of course these images would be shared by their coaches who recommended them to take testosterone replacement therapy. It happens quite often. I know quite a few coaches that doing that, and there is no obvious disclaimer anywhere on the Instagram or anywhere that these guys are taking something and they are not natural. Especially if they are on testosterone replacement therapy, they would have the audacity to call it natural because they just replace their testosterone levels with extra when you don't know where their testosterone level was before, and it's like it's completely uncontrolled and it's still cheating. So in my opinion, the problem is not the use of these substances or therapy or whatever, but my problem is the lack of disclaimer when people sharing their results of such outcomes when they taking steroids any kind and they achieve amazing things. And guess what? Why I'm pissed off about it is because you have a ton of coaches making a ton of money on you guys who believe this shit that you can achieve this and that in 3 months, 6 months. 6 months. I mean, in 6 months you can achieve a lot of things, but there are limits. Okay, you're not going to become a Ferrari if you are starting as a Lada. Like Lada is, I think it's a Russian car from the communist era, or let's say something cheap. Okay, think of something cheap or a tractor. Okay, like if your body is never been exposed to exercise, never been exposed to healthy eating, and you are 30 plus years old, if you are doing everything you can to change your body, good sleep, good food, good exercise, and extra on all that, like dialed in to the fucking gram, all your food, to the fucking minute, every exercise, every workout, your recovery just fine, you recover perfectly fine, but you are on the fine line of unrecovery because you are training so hard, you're still not going to get the same results. Because if you think about it realistically, you're not going to reverse 35 years of negligent lifestyle with 3 months of dieting and exercising. It's just not gonna happen. With testosterone replacement therapy or steroid use, yeah, sure, things can happen. Your joints will not catch up on all that. It's not going to be very healthy for you. Long term disadvantages, side effects are always there. Russian roulette, remember, guys. And it's like super misleading in my opinion that a lot of people fall for it, and they would pay for these coaches unbelievable amount of monies to get them where they want to be, and then they would often be told, okay, look, if 2 months of training didn't do the trick, maybe you need to do testosterone replacement therapy. Yep, coaches do that. Coaches be doing that for sure. So if you are into health and you want to have a happy, healthy life, I invite you to think realistic. Just because some coach shares super awesome results of 3 months transformation and all that, it doesn't mean that it's as clear and simple as that. Okay? And so why I'm pissed off about it? Because I'm working very hard to get clients. And well, I do get them, but not in the rate like people who are having all those transformations popping up every day. And again, we are talking about amazing, like Hollywood level transformations. If you are really realistic and you work hard, you are doing everything in your power except on steroids. You will get amazing results. You will have amazing life and journey. Okay? Don't fuck it up with steroids. And don't fuck it up by looking at Instagram posts and stories all the time, other people flexing their body they achieved with drug use. Don't ruin it with that. Compare yourself to yourself yesterday. That's all you can do. And be proud of the job that you've done to be where you are today. Okay? So, yeah, guys, I hope it hits home. I hope it lands. All this message. Let me think if there was something more I wanted to mention on the topic. Yeah, no, I think just that's it. I just wanted you to guys to be aware of this and not to blindly follow people who are sharing their amazing transformations. It's not always as clear and simple as it seems on the social media platforms because people want engagement, people want attention, and they might share something that is amazing, but they don't share what's behind that amazing result. Okay, so guys, let's close that with this today, and I hope you liked it. And if you have anyone you think needs to hear this, please share it with them, share it with your friends. That will help me grow and help me get my message across and to more people. And happy rest of your week and see you in the next one. Bye bye.